One question we're sometimes asked is whether it's important to hire a lawyer early on or to wait. Although each case is different and it is tough to generalize, hiring a lawyer early on can make a dramatic difference in the outcome and results for our clients. Let me give you a few examples. In one recent pedestrian automobile accident, we were hired within a couple of days. The driver claimed that our client stepped in front of his vehicle. It was going to be a tough case. It was going to be the driver's word versus our client's word. We immediately went to the local businesses in the area of the accident and obtained surveillance videos. Surveillance videos are often overwritten within 7 days, some even shorter. We were able to obtain 3 videos that absolutely refuted the driver's claims. In another recent case involving serious injuries, we were hired early on. Our client was injured as she was pulling onto a main street from a side street when she was T-boned by the other driver. The other driver claimed that she wasn't speeding. The police officers at the scene even cited our client for failing to yield the right-of-way. Because we were hired early, we were able to get a court order allowing us to download the information from the car's black box. The driver of the other vehicle drove a General Motors car. GM cars have a black box that record information in serious accidents. The information we obtained showed that the other driver was going 50 miles per hour in town. Because we were able to obtain that information early on, we were able to settle on very favorable terms for our client. In another case involving very serious injuries, we were hired while our client was still in the hospital. The tragedy of that case was that the girl who caused the accident only had $50,000 in insurance. When we went and inspected the van in which our client was driving, we learned that the spare tire in the back had struck his seat. That appeared to us to have caused most of the injury suffered by our client. We then took the bolt that was holding down the tire and had it analyzed and tested by a metallurgist. The metallurgist told us that the bolt was defective. We then sued the manufacturer and ultimately recovered millions of dollars in a settlement. The results of that case would have been dramatically different had we not been hired early on. Although the evidence in most cases is not as dramatic, it's still often very important. Getting photographs early on of skid marks, of damage to the vehicles, can make the difference between having a favorable result or not. If you've been involved in an accident in the winter, sometimes snowbanks play a role. And if you don't photograph or measure those snowbanks early, they disappear forever. You know, there are also very important legal reasons why you should consider hiring a lawyer early. Some claims require that you give notice within 6 months. And other claims involve very short statute of limitations, for example, claims against governmental entities. And oftentimes, insurers don't tell you about these short periods of limitations, and you don't learn about them until your rights have expired. And we have had clients come into the office with great cases and great claims, but it was much too late because their claims had expired because no one told them that they had a very short period of time to take action. Like I said in the beginning, there's so much variation from case to case that it's hard to generalize. But if you have been seriously injured in an accident, it'd be wise to see a lawyer early so that you preserve your rights.